See, what is the use of abiding to limit state? First thing, you will get the safety on all loads. Whatever the loads we are taking here, the loads will be discussed in the next slide. And whatever the loads you are considering, which will be taken care safely and throughout its life. See, some of the monument structure, even they are using for public usage. Now also, the structure which is built in Mysore and some structure which is built in North India, Red Fort, Taj Mahal is and another structure which is an example for that. These structures are built way beyond years and still it is being used for public purpose. What are the loads they will be considered? You should take care about that. Why? Because when you are constructing a house, you should fit your lifetime. Even though without a structural designer also, you can build a structure by giving the project to any experienced person. They would be having experience of making construction, but they don't have experience of the design and the limits which are given here. Soon, after 10 to 15 years, slowly the things will start to come. That is, they might face some cracks in their building, they might face the dampness in their structure. Soon this serviceability issues will be there. But when an engineer gives a design and if he is designing his building as per the limit state given here, it will be fit to use for more than 60 to 100 years. This is the guarantee which you can give. But without that also, you can design your structure. You can provide 8 mm dia rod, 1 feet by 1 feet size of a column, whatever which is being conventionally used, you can design that. But soon after you design 5 years or 10 years, you are not aware with whom you have given your structure. The structure will be given to someone and he will be going to another place and he will be out of your contact. Soon the construction is over. But after that you cannot find that. If any problem occurs in your house, nobody will be there to address. Unless the senior most of your family is there, either your father or some uncle is there, they might be knowing that. You need to provide a home theater in this hall. Take an example. Where are the options and where are the power source outlets are there, you should know. Without a plan, you cannot do that. Unless you know the wire connections are there, where are the points which are available, you cannot connect a home theater. The person will come and ask 30,000 to 40,000 with you. Even though you might be a civil engineer, you might not be aware of that. He will take 30 or 40,000, but the work which he has done will only cost about 4 to 5,000. That's all. Because not studying, not learning the things, you will be spending a lot. If you have a bike, you might have a small problem in the spark plug. Your bike will not start or your car will not start. There might be small problem due to the spark plug. But soon you will take into the mechanic and he will say that drop your vehicle here, come after 2 days, he will say. After that, simply he will remove all the dust in the spark plug and he will place the same plug and he will cost you around 800 to 1000 rupees. You don't know what has happened, you will simply pay and you will come. He will be mechanical engineer. The person who is giving his vehicle or his car or his two-wheeler will be mechanical engineer. You people will be facing the same issue, you will be civil engineers. But in your house, there will be small problem due to UPS. The UPS power will not be there and you have to install your own UPS. A civil engineer can do that. Not a big deal. Unless otherwise you are a civil engineer, you cannot do that. Without knowing, you will spend your money. You will be spending your money now for studies and afterwards for labor and it will be going on till your life. Money will not stay with you. Why? Because unless you have the knowledge, money will not stay with you. The person who is not having knowledge will do the same work by spending lots and lots of amount. 800, 1000, 500, which will be bearable. But you can do it with 10 to 15 rupees by yourself. Why? Because you are not aware of what you are learning. You are not aware of what you are applying. This is what the code book says. You should know what is your intent. Why I am saying here is, will you build your own building by yourself? Many of your parents will be having that thought of building their own house for them. Are you able to take care of your building and construct by your own? Do you have the capability? Do you have the plan for that? Have you made that for your family? Think like that. No questions will help you. I can give you number of questions for internal exam, assignment, I can give you questions. For lifetime questions, these are all the questions which is being asked by your parents, or when you are going to construct your own building. There is only channel. That channel is knowledge. Without knowledge, you cannot progress. You ask for a contractor, whoever you are giving, and within that all quotations, you add a line. My building has to be within the serviceable condition up to 100 years. You ask the contract with him, and then you get the contract signed. Now you will come to know that what is the quality you are expecting. He will give the labor contract. You will read that. You will not understand anything. Simply you will say that reduce 200. Without a civil engineer, number of construction is being constructed. See, those who are skipping that will be getting same internal 20 mark. Those who are sitting here will be getting same 20 or 25 mark. What is the difference? What is the difference? The transformation within you is the difference. The transformation what is happening within you is only the difference, not the mark. The acceptable limit for the safety and serviceability requirement. These are the two key points. The limit which is given for safety and serviceability before failure is called limit state, which is given in the code book also. Okay, so let me give an example. Your structure should fail like this. If you are an engineer, this should be the understanding of your engineering knowledge. See, your structure should not collapse immediately. It should not collapse or topple immediately. Floor by floor it should collapse. This is known as progressive failure. Some buildings might collapse immediate. All the floors will be collapsed at an immediate mode. Do you want your structure to collapse like that or like this? It should collapse like this, but not exactly like this. You should have a time frame. If the first floor is collapsing, rest of the floor should be safe. If second floor is collapsing, then the rest of the floor should be safe. This is known as limit state. You are stating that if one floor is collapsed, our whole structure should not collapse. You should build like that. Only the certain part should get collapsed or it should fail, not your whole building. If you are building your house in a stick, if one stick is removed, everything will get collapsed. This is non-engineering structure. Engineering structure should be, if you are removing number of sticks, your structure should be safe until the last stick is removed. This is the limit state. How you can build like that? You should follow this. Sir, I need my structure to build like that. How to build? That is, you should follow the limit state design. For achieving the design objective, the design shall be based on characteristics, value and material strength. What are the materials you are studying here? One is steel and another one is concrete. And what are the loads which are taken, which I will discuss in the next slide. The two important parameters and the loads. Okay. If you are taking material as one aspect and load as another aspect, what does limit state says is, you should not take the material or you should not take the load without factor of safety. This is known as partial factor of safety. Whenever you start design, you should multiply a safety factor for both the material and the load. What are the two factors I said? If you are taking any steel material, if they are saying that my steel will take load of 230 Newton per mm square. You should not trust that. You should take a safety and you should only trust that up to 200 Newton per mm square is only capable. You should not take 230 what the supplier is saying. The supplier will say that my steel will give you 230 Newton per mm square. He will say that. Are you going to trust the same? No. Why? Because during any manufacturing there is a probability of the failure. If you are manufacturing 100 number of products, say for example any toys, 100 number of toys are being generated. Can we say that 100 number of toys are same quality? There will be some defect. Even if you are purchasing in a toy factory, you might see that the same doll will be there, but different qualities will be there. Around 80 to 90% similarity you can expect. The same way, if they are giving Fe 230 grade steel, you should not take 230. How much you should take? Only 80% of the strength only you should take. And another thing is load. If the load is coming and the exact load is 200 kg means you should assume 200 into 1.5. That what is that 1.5? Safety factor, which is being given by whom? Limit state states that, I am not saying, this word is not said by me, said by whom? Limit state is saying that whenever a designer is considering a load, he should multiply with what? Partial safety factor, and whenever a designer is taking a material, he should take which one? Partial safety factor, which I will discuss how much you should take. Okay. Design action. What do you mean by action is load. Always the load or which is the force which should be lesser, the strength should be higher. Isn't it? Whatever you are building, which should be having the higher strength, the load which is coming external should be having the lesser strength. So this should be the factor which should be there in your mind till the end of the design. Okay. So throughout its lifetime, it should perform satisfactorily. That is why fix your design years and what are the service which you are going to lend which has to be taken. These are the 2 points. Okay. Then it should sustain all the loads, deformation during construction. Serviceability factor are deformations, temperature cracks, durability issues, foundation settlement, all the things comes under what factor? Serviceability issues. See, your structure will not collapse when you find any cracks. See, small cracks are found here also. But is the structure is collapsing? No. This is serviceability issue. It cannot serve for the intended use. Collapse is different, serviceability is different. Okay. The structure should have adequate resistance to certain and expected accidental load and fire. Whatever you are building, your building should be taken care of these two things. What are they? Fire load and accidental load. What are accidental? They are blast, impact load. These are all accidental. This might happen. You should take care of that. Should be stable and have alternate load path. This is what I have said. When you are designing a structure, if one member is failing, the rest of the members should be able to take care of your loads. This is another objective of your limit state. And you might be a very good designer. You might be giving a very good design for your building. But other factors are also important. What are they? Suitable material. If in a structural design report, if I am giving that M20 grade of concrete should be used, OPC 43 grade should be used, I am indicating that. What you are doing is OPC 43 grade is 350 rupees, PPC grade is 300 rupees. So when you are going for purchase, design engineer will not go, site engineer will go. He will go to the purchase office and he will look at 330 rupees and 300 rupees. He will purchase PPC and he will start his construction. But the design report says that you should use OPC 43 grade. Who is responsible for that? Design engineer or project engineer? There are certain things during the construction would happen. This we can monitor. Quality issues, adequate detailing and good supervision. So if your supervision is not there, if 10 number of stirrups has to be laid, if only 9 number of rods are there,